Alright, Operation Unthinkable, Strategy and Tactics 333. Turn 6, Soviet turn. Um, they're running out of units, but the Allies only have 2 more turns to get off the board, which means they better do something next turn to set up to get off the board the following turn. I don't know. So, anyway, let's look at the Soviet predicament here. Well, their artillery units are holding the front here against the Germans. Now we got some just-in-time reinforcements there. Maybe we can use these lakes to our advantage. Pull some units off of here, because that's not where they're attacking. And I think all they need to do is screen either side. Well, they've got to cover Berlin, but the Allies don't have the time to get bogged down fighting through Berlin. And here they're running into the woods. Here, well, there's a hole here. Not sure if it's worth keeping this angle here. These all should fall back. And then free up units too. I think that's what they'll do. I think the Soviets, and this is the last of the reinforcements, but I'm still feeling the Soviets can pull it off. Probably because I wasn't very aggressive in the beginning. I guess you have to be. So I'm going to see what I can come up with the Soviets. Probably no counterattacks this turn. Don't see any obvious targets for it. Not worth staying engaged here. Even losses here. Big tank battle, we'll call it. But now it's time to disperse and let the clock run out. So, this is the only place I'm wondering about. Should I fall back here? That'll free up units. That's what we need. That'll free up units there. And then down here, we can hopefully free some up here. Because this is, yeah. I mean, we're just losing units when we put them on the line, so I think we accept that loss and make sure we have enough conserve that we can keep screening right through right through turn 7. I mean, if the Allies don't get anything off on their turn 7 turn, the game's over. So, alright, I'm going to pause here and take a shot at the Soviet move. Alright, we're back. Done with the Soviet move here. And honestly, at this point, I think it is the Soviets' game. Just based on the number of units they have remaining. They did fall back off of this line here. And then that freed up some units and then reinforcements, so they got a whole bunch of units back here to cover here. They've pulled their strike units back now as a mobile reserve. So I think they're easily able to cover this if something bad goes along, because also these units are on the road, so they can quickly react up here. The Allies aren't going to cut that road. So I think they're good to go there. And just looking here, yeah, the Allies can go this way, but they're going to get bogged down in Berlin. These units can go either way now. They can go back this way, or they can shift over here. So that's enough to have reinforcements here. 1, 2. Yeah, no roads, no bridges either. But they can get over here, and then we've got these units still coming. So I think they've got enough. Yeah, turn 7. Even if they destroy all these units, there's enough units in the back line that they can screen them one more turn. So I think we'll play out this turn. I mean, we'll play it out at least through turn 7. But if at the end of turn 7 the Soviets have the full line screened, preventing a combat move or anything like that, pretty much the game's over. And to be honest, the onus of attack is on the Western Allies, so the more experienced player better play that spot. But beyond that, it's, maybe throw in the optional rules, momentum attacks, probing attacks, etc. But as long as the Soviets I don't know. If they're not in contact, it prevents a combat move blowing open a hole. And if their second line is at least 1 hex away from their first line, that kind of short circuits momentum. So be interesting to see if there's a way for the Western Allies to be more aggressive. Like I said, my first play, I don't know. But either way, that is the end of the Soviet move. And like I said, it looks like it. Well, let's go ahead and let's see. There's no more Soviet reinforcements, but this guy comes back. Oh my goodness. Left behind. Oh well. I don't think it would have made a difference. Put him here. Okay, and they did have this one unit in eliminated units. Yeah, this guy. Let's roll 1d6. That was last turn. 6. 6 and 5 is 11, so they're out of the game. Okay. So, that ends turn 6. We're moving into turn 7 the way it works now, unless the Western Allies can blow a hole that's available for turn 8. Or if at the end of turn 7 the Soviets are similar to this, they're not adjacent to anything and they've screened the whole line on turn 7, it's game over. Because the only way for the Allies to win is to have access to the exit points at the beginning of turn 8. Like if there was a hole they couldn't plug, and these guys could just drive down the Autobahn to victory. But I don't think that's going to happen, especially since the Soviets seem to have enough units to cover that. So, yeah, it's interesting, just big, basic, I would say big base. It's got some tweaks, but it's just a big, basic kind of war game here. Units and etc. So it'd be interesting at some point to revisit this and see if the Allies can be more aggressive. All right, so I'll stop here, and we'll probably one more turn. Sorry about that, my headset shut down. Allies next turn, but then we'll do the Soviets. But if the Soviets still have the full front line screened going into turn 8, and they're not engaged, no opportunities for combat and move, I think this game will be over. So thanks for listening. If you click like, comments appreciated, and subscribe to see the next posting for this and my other recordings. Thanks.